And welcome back, guys, to another episode right here at Central Oregon Shenanigans. Today, or tonight, this is going to be a multi-day video. Working on the newest fleet member that I'm keeping. We've done videos in the past on Shadow, Project Shadow here. If you guys aren't familiar, into last year, Shadow came into my life from the auto auctions, and we got her home and just found out how immaculate, clean and low mileage this truck actually was. But unfortunately, she hit a post like right in here and pushed all this back, and we've got to this point where we've repaired her, and we've actually got a parts truck I got out back that now that it's finally spring, I've got a fender that's shadow gray. I've got a door that's shadow gray because you see it hit there and there, and then a rear door that's shadow gray, and then a bed that's shadow gray. So this truck is going to be looking great before my goal is before summer hits. Late spring, this will be all put back together and be my daily. But if you are new to the channel, hit that like and hit the subscribe. Actually, everybody hit the like. If you have not subscribed, it's free, and it really keeps you up to date on Super Duty content. So, what happened with Shadow? My son was driving her. I was with him. And we got home, and I got out to open our gate. And I noticed when he pulled forward, it was raining that day, there was a sheen on the rocks, or like an oil trail. And I'm like, that's weird. And I shut the gate, and I walked up to the truck, and instinct told me to look down, and Shadow was like literally peeing oil at the back of the block. And I've never had a 7.3 have any type of oil failure before, seal wise. I've knock on wood, or that I haven't had that happen. 7.3s have normally gave me good service. This one being a low mileage motor and as clean as it was very heartbreaking because there wasn't an ounce of oil underneath this truck, and we drove down the highway with it literally streaming off the back. It was enough to lose that much oil, guys. This thing doesn't use, since I've had it in my possession, does not use or lose. Well, didn't use or lose. And as you can see there, the full mark's way up. The full mark is right there. And we're way down on the tip. So we've lost a gallon and some change of 1540 under poor Shadow. So no harm, no foul. I can clean her up again, as you can see down there. Just pulling her into the shop today. So for the life of me, I couldn't figure out what was going on. So I parked it for one. It was snowing the next day. We ended up getting, 6 inches of snow on the ground. And so I parked her. I took insurance off of it and said, you know what? When spring comes, I'll fix it. I don't need the truck right now because the tires are bald. They probably get through summer now. I probably leave these on here and run them out. There's enough tread to get through summer, and I do like the wheels on this truck. Wasn't a big fan of 20s, but these look really good on this truck. Went ahead over to Hastings Tire. These tires right here, guys, I don't know if you remember these. They came on the white 03, and those are my old Excursion wheels. They're not the best of shape, but they were 16s for Shadow here. So I mounted up the general grabbers off the white 03 that was wrecked, T-boned really bad on the one side. I had to buy one tire because this back one right here got slashed, but these are like 90% tread. So these tires are going to be my next winter tires for next fall. I think I'm just going to store them for now. I was toying with the idea of putting them on Shadow, but I think I'm just going to run these 20s. I was looking at them again today, and I'm like, yeah, they'll get through summer. If I end up going on a long road trip to the dunes or something and need it for towing, I might throw those on real quick. I don't know. Well, that's another day. So, I got her out the other day, and I sent some pictures, or actually I didn't send any pictures. I buzzed over to Cody at White Oak Productions, and I told him where I found the oil coming out of, and I can't really show you really well. Maybe here in a minute we can. I can't start it up tonight. I don't really want to fill the shop with diesel fumes / exhaust smoke. But it's coming from the Hpop. There is a back cover seal, and it's coming from the back of the Hpop, and it's literally nothing's happening until it's warm, and then it goes drip, 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 and it starts really coming out the back of that cover, and then it going down the valley and out the drain and down the side on the passenger. So what I have done is order off of ZZ Diesel, is what Cody over at White Oak told me, that there's an actual ZZ Diesel high pressure oil pump cover seal kit for 94 to 03 73 power strokes, and that's it. And that's a $12 effing O-ring. It got here and I looked at this and I'm like, oh my goodness, really, guys? Like, but anyway, I mean, they have the kit. I couldn't find it anywhere else. I bet there's something, I just didn't dig deeper. Now what really frustrated me, I'm throwing these guys under the bus, I paid for this myself so I can do this, is this tool right here, they didn't have it in stock for a couple days, so it delayed that. I think it was a week out of stock, and all it is, they put their sticker over the top of, you know, the cover valve lapping tool that they, yeah. So you can find these on Amazon for $3 to $6. I paid, thinking that it was a special tool, I paid like 15 or 20 bucks for this tool. I can't remember. So kind of disappointing. Taking advantage of people just buying and I mean not really taking advantage of people, but they're, I guess, smart at their business deal there. I don't know what to say about this. At least I paid for it and I can throw them under the bus. I would, you know, come clean and tell everybody that this is a valve lap tool. Offer it in your store, but not cover it up, and that's just, I don't know, that's just me. That's the way I do business. I don't do business like that. So with that being said, guys, I got the O-ring, and we're gonna start with this video of taking the back cover or front cover off. Step one, guys, I'm draining and making a mess. Draining the diesel. There's your valve right there on the back of your fuel bowl. You're gonna drain your fuel out, make it a little bit easier so you're not making a mess up top side. If it's hooked up proper, it comes out of, I don't know if you can see that, the lighting is, I'm trying to get you the best light, but this back tube drains down there. And of course the tube dumps out on your axle and it just sprays everywhere, so it's okay. Next step, guys, fuel lines. Top one, 5/8, lower one, this guy right here, you're gonna need a 3/4. Just gonna, you know, slide, don't bend these too bad, or not at all, just you're gonna slide them over to the side here. There's 2 more fuel lines down over here, return lines or something. No, those are your, no, fuel in, pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Fuel out, return to tank, and then here's your 2 main fuel lines out of the filter housing to each bank. And those ones, I'll tell you what those are in a second. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm using the snap ring pliers to remove the snap ring that fits in the back of the cover plate. I used the valve lap tool to grab or suction cup onto the back of that plate. You do have to work it a little bit. It is tricky, but it is doable. You can also use a socket and try to push in to get... Alright guys, so the new O-ring's in and the plate's back on, and now I've been struggling for the last hour and a half trying to get the C-clip, or the, you know, the snap ring back in. And they say online to take a socket, but there's nowhere to swing a hammer without taking it. I'm not taking the turbo out. So what I found, I got it in there the best I could with the socket, tapping on it. And then I took a pair of vice grips here and I went around. It's gonna mar up your pump a little bit. I mean, if you're looking for beauty, then this is not the technique. But I took the vice grips and I slowly worked it around all the way. There you go. That's the hardest part, I think, right there, is to get that dang retaining clip back on there. But yeah, I think I'm good to go. I'm gonna take one more picture. I don't know what it looked like. I couldn't see the camera, but so I don't know if you've seen that on camera or not, but it looks like it's set in there. Yeah, it marred up the back of the cover. I marred up the top of the pump a little bit, but you know, I don't know without taking the pump out, which, you know, it's another hour venture taking the pump out. So I guess I saved myself some time. I think this is a good repair. I mean, it's gonna be hard if I've ever got to take that back off to get the suction cup to suction with the scratch marks now, but I don't think so. I think we're fine. So now, guys, the next task I have is to rebuild these fuel lines, and I'm gonna do that off camera. And then we'll go back together with it. I will bring you back in on the next time I get to work on this, and we'll go back together with the fuel bowl next. Alrighty, guys, it is day 3. I worked on it 2 nights in a row. Today's my day off. Well, kinda. We're gonna go ahead. I got the fuel bowl. There was one, I'll show you. There was one O-ring that was only leaking, and it was this right here, this fuel line. I just went ahead and replaced that O-ring, or that little, I don't know what kind of, I guess it's not an O-ring, it's some sort of washer / gasket that goes in there. Don't know the technical term for it right at the moment, but yeah, I really am interested to see. It looked like somebody else had already been through and did the rebuild kit on the O-rings. I decided not to do it yet. And I just want to get it back together and see if this problem is fixed, because if it's not, I need to order a high pressure oil pump and be done with this. I need this truck back up on the road. I've got to get my baby back, because I've got parts that need to go on it, and I need to get into this truck full time because it drives nice compared to Rowdy. I've got some things I need to fix. That is a really good sign, guys. I didn't expect it to fire right up like that. But yeah, good girl, Shadow. I'm gonna take a look and see if we got any leaks real quick. If we don't, I'm gonna back it up so the exhaust is outside, and then we're gonna let it warm up and see. I have not topped the oil level up yet, because if this fixed it, I'm gonna change the oil. I do not know when the last time it was changed. It looked good when I bought it, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do a full service. Alrighty, guys, that did not fix the problem. I kind of feel dumb. I really do. I got a lot going on right now, and unfortunately, my brain is just not 100% in the game. Old me would have pulled that pump out and inspected it. Yeah, I'm not on my game. So, what I found, I fired it back up outside, tailpipe outside, so I'm not choking on fumes in here. It's still leaking. I saw it dripping down there. I don't know if I can show you on camera. Let me unplug that sensor, but see that bolt right there? I don't know if you can see that. Try to get up here on the creeper. That main bolt back there is what's leaking, not the plate. I don't know if you can see right underneath that sensor I unplugged. Right there. That's gonna need an O-ring, and I think I can just unscrew that, and it says it's just a generic O-ring. Swap it out, see if it stops leaking, and that's what I'm gonna do. So here you go, guys. Gasket's toast on it. It's 11/16. Hope I didn't do any research. My gut said just pull it out, James. Not really. I did a little research. This truck, it runs so stinking good. So Shadow's gonna idle for an hour, guys. It's already been 30 minutes. It's still coming up on the operating temperature. You know how 7.3s are. It's a warm day today, but it still runs cool. I'm gonna idle it for an hour, make sure it gets the operating temperature and holds for, I don't know, a little bit. make sure that O-ring doesn't leak at high temperature. And success so far. And then I'm gonna shut her down. I can't drive it today. I don't have insurance on it. It's been off. It's been in cold storage for about 8 weeks. It's been broke. I wish I would have known it was that, because it would have been up on the road sooner. I've been daily driving the Stacks truck. As far as shadow here, we can start going forward now with a bed, which we have in stock. I don't have it here to show you guys. And I'll show you what I do have in stock for it. I gave Rowdy a bath. First time since I've owned that truck, I bathed it the other day. It needs a paint job. It's going to be in the cards for a paint job down the road, but it's my work truck, so who cares if I get a dent and scratch in it? Doesn't matter at this point. So I bought this truck off auction just for its gray parts, and come to find out, you know, you can't see this stuff in the picture. I can deal with a little clear coat peel right now. This I did not see in the picture, which I do want to run a CB, so I don't know, not a big fan of this, but I can make it work. This door is perfect, minus scratches, which I can buff those out. And this back door is perfect, minus scratches. I can buff those out. It has a keypad on it, which I'm pretty sure Shadow should have had a keypad, but this truck is going to be parted out. It's a low mileage 2-wheel drive, 6.0, runs perfect, transmission smoked, and it has an electrical gremlin in it that shorted out the dash. Hit that like, hit the subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode right here at Central Oregon Shenanigans. I gotta clean my mess up.